So he was to listen to them, go to the next person. No matter what they said, he was to listen, write it down. Then we had questions and answers. And then before he left, he would say, Kenny's going to hand out some index cards. I want you to write on the index card the name of a person in the company who represents what's best about Keyspan. It cannot be an officer. It cannot be someone here today. Write their name down. After I leave, give it to Kenny. I'll do something with it. And then he would leave. I would get the cards. Before I dismissed them, I would process with them. And I would say, he's going to do this again in 2 weeks. I have some influence on the guy. What could we do next time to make this meeting better? Whatever they told me, I would change and incorporate. Most of the time they said, don't change anything. I've never been to a meeting with an executive who listens. It was most refreshing. When I went back to my office, I took the index cards, I gave them to my secretary, and she typed out their home address. And that went to the president, and he sent each one of those people a personalized letter that said, Dear Cindy, your name was recently brought to my attention as a person who represents what's best about Keyspan. It's because of people like you that make this company great. Please accept the enclosed gift certificate of $100 to our company's store as a small token of appreciation. If you'd like to know how your name got selected, contact Kenny Moore, who's responsible for awakening joy, meaning, and commitment in the workplace. Actually, I put that in the letter as a joke, knowing he'd throw it out. He missed it. So the letters would go out, and I would get these phone calls. People would cry. One woman said, I've been with this company 30 years. I'm a shy person. I don't talk to a lot of people. I can't imagine that the president of the company would know about me. Other people would call and say, how did my name get selected? I would say, I don't know. I mean, outside of the president held a meeting with our employees and said, pick out the name of a person who represents what's best about Keyspan. When he asked the question, somebody thought of you. I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up. One man called and said when the letter arrived home, his wife got it. When he arrived home, his wife said, Bill, I think they caught you. You've been fired. You got a letter from the president. Another person framed the letter and has it hanging in their kitchen. Another interesting thing occurred. And this occurred in that second conversation about what's not working. We would hear horror stories. I remember one woman talked about, she works for many years in our Meals on Wheels program. Did you have that where you are? They go out during lunch, they deliver food to inbound people. Her sister died. She was going to be away for a week or two to bury her, put the estate in order. She told her boss, she told her girlfriend, make sure you tell the head of Meals on Wheels I'm not going to be there. Well, her girlfriend forgot. When she came back, the head of Meals on Wheels threw her off the committee. She said, wait a minute, my sister died. I told Mary to tell you. I don't care. You leave me hanging. I had nobody to cover for you. You're out of here. Another gentleman talked about when we re-engineered his operation. He said, I've been doing this job for 20 years. I know it inside out. When they were re-engineering it, they asked my opinion. I wrote it down. I handed it in. They never used any of my advice. Since that time, I've given no suggestions to the company. The president said, when did that happen? He said, 20 years ago. Another woman shared with us what it was like to be a woman of color in a largely white male engineering department.